So I'm going to explain firewall designing. So let's suppose I have a Azure network. This is my Azure network, Azure VNet 10.0.0.0/16.
How we get this? Azure VNet.
You can create Azure VNet directly on Azure Cloud, no?
Okay,
You
okay,
don't,
okay.
and then within Azure VNet, we have the subnet. That is my web subnet,
Mm-hmm.
like 10.0.0.0/24. Within this web subnet, we have our web servers. So this is
Mm-hmm.
my web servers, web 1 and web 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as soon as you create a VM, that VM have direct reachability and connectivity to internet
Mm-hmm.
that have the default route. And due
Okay.
to default route, it have the direct reachability 0.0.0.0/0 going
Mm-hmm.
to internet. So this is a default route 0.0.0 going to internet. But as a corporate, I don't want my web server should have direct connectivity to internet. What I want that all the traffic generating from my web server all should go to my firewall. So this is the firewall. Let's suppose this is your firewall subnet,
Mm-hmm.
the attack on that. So I don't want my server should have direct connectivity. I want that all the traffic from my web server should go to my firewall. And that's why I implement the firewall. Firewall should be hardware or software. You can purchase a firewall from different company like Cisco, Checkpoint, or you
Mm-hmm.
can use Azure provided firewall. So here we are using Azure firewall.
Mm-hmm.
So this firewall have two interface. One interface have the public IP. This have the public IP or public interface you can say. Another firewall have the private interface.
Mm-hmm.
So this private interface have the connectivity to your web servers,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
After then all the traffic generating from your VM
Mm-hmm.
goes to the firewall.
Mm-hmm.
Firewall firewall review the traffic. If it is
Mm-hmm.
a valid and approved,
Mm-hmm.
and if there is a ACL, there is a rule inside the firewall. Firewall forward the traffic and the traffic reaching to internet. If not, firewall drop that traffic or block that traffic. So in
Okay.
this way, firewall protect or
Yes. Tell the one you
this,
said.
yeah, this is not working anymore. Once you implement the firewall, this will disable. Direct connectivity to internet to web server is disabled. All the traffic must go through the firewall. So if any hackers and attacker try to attack on your firewall, firewall drop their packet, stop at the door. The hackers
Oh.
and attackers not able to enter into your network.
Mm-hmm.
It is just like security guard at your office. When you go to your office, you
Mm-hmm.
have to prove your identity.
Mm-hmm.
Security guard, they ask your identity or your I card or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Similarly, way if hackers try to access web server, it goes to firewall. And if it is not authorized traffic, firewall drop that traffic
Mm-hmm.
and also inform you there is a attack, right? You are under the attack. That also this kind of information you can get from the firewall, so that
Oh.
you can take the right action. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this is the basically you can say introduction about Azure Firewall. Now I am going to create a web server or I am going to create a VM. That
Mhm.
VM I will connect from internet first, and after then I will implement the firewall, and then we will protect my VM from the through the firewall. Okay.
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
So go to your portal,
Mhm.
and I have a see I have a web server already, web server 1. I'll
Mhm.
start this web server.
Mhm.
Already I have a VM.
Mhm.
Okay, VM is started. When you start the VM, you go to the networking and then go to network settings
Mhm.
and then open the network interface. This is a NIC card, network interface card. And at bottom, you can see there is a help. Under help, you have effective routes. You can see as per this effective route, source is a default, it means created by the system. State
Mhm.
is active. Address is 172.16.00/16. Next hop is virtual network.
Mhm.
Meaning within the network, all communication happening through this default route.
Mhm.
And from the network, I go to internet from this route, second route. Default active 0.0.0/0 going to internet. It means that all traffic going to internet. And
Mhm.
due to this route only, my VM have the direct connectivity, correct? Due to this route.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I am going to implement the firewall. I
Mhm.
can connect this VM also. If I want, I can connect this VM. This VM have the public IP, this one.
Mhm.
Copy, take the remote desktop connection. Give the password.
Any password?
No, no, the same password I have used to create this VM. When you create a
Yeah.
VM, you
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
give the password, username password, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
That
Mhm.
password you need to give, not any. So I am connecting this VM
Mhm.
because VM have the connectivity to internet, right?
Mhm.
And then after, I'll try to open a website also. So for that, I'll go to the local server first and disable the internet security. Okay, so I disable the internet security and then open the internet browser.
Mhm.
And you can see I'm able to access the website like yahoo.com.
Mm-hmm.
It is opening. Similarly, if I try to access microsoft.com, that also I am able to access that. So it
Okay.
means that it's meaning that VM have direct connectivity to internet, correct? That's why I'm
Yes.
able to access the website. Now
Yes.
I want to implement the firewall. So what I'll do, this VM have the basically size very small. So first I will increase the VM size. Go to the availability size. Will increase this VM size. 2 CPU, 8 CPU of memory, 2 CPU, 4 GB of memory. Go to 2 CPU, 4 GB of memory. Increase the resize. So it's going on. Resize is going on. And till that time, I'll go to the network. I'll open another tab here. Open this and then go to your virtual machine. This is your VM, web server 1. Web
Mm-hmm.
server 1 is created under the network, this one, TM VNet. This is our network TM VNet. Within that, it's created. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if you want to create a firewall, you need to create a subnet because firewall need a separate subnet. So go to setting, go to subnet and create a subnet here. Click on subnet. Then select the subnet name and purpose. So subnet purpose is Azure Firewall. That's it. Add it. So it will create one subnet dedicated for your firewall. Now it's created. Now go back to overview and click on here firewall. Click here to add new firewall. Give the firewall name, give the subscription resource group firewall name. I am giving the name my test firewall.
Mm-hmm.
Availability zone none. And I am creating a standard. There are three model. You have three SKU, basic, standard, and premium. Basic is very lower firewall, low capability. Standard and premium is good, have the good capability and features. But standard is lower cost, premium has very high cost. I am
Okay.
going with the standard as of now. Then you can create a policy, firewall policy. So click here, add new, give the policy name, my firewall policy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So firewall policy I have created. Then choose the network, in which network you want to create. I want to create in this network TM VNet. And I don't want forced tunneling. Forced tunneling means firewall have connectivity to your on-premise data center. I don't want that. So I'll uncheck this box, forced tunneling. And after then you need to choose the public IP. If you see the diagram, in my diagram, firewall also have the public IP, correct? So
Mm-hmm.
that your firewall have the internet connectivity. You can assign the public IP to firewall here, add new, give the FIRE firewall
Mm-hmm.
public IP. Okay. And then next and create.
Mm-hmm.
Create. Still it is going on.
Yeah. It's still loading.
Yeah, yeah, still going on.
Yeah, the work deployment is in the process.
Okay. Now firewall is created,
Okay.
but still, if I go and connect the VM, I can
Mm-hmm.
able to connect. This is web server one.
Mm-hmm.
Copy public IP address
Mm-hmm.
and take the remote desktop connection.
Mm-hmm.
See, it is connecting. It means that firewall created in my network, but traffic is not going through the firewall. Traffic is still directly going to internet.
Mm.
And if you see here, if I open the internet edge,
Mm-hmm.
see Microsoft.com, it is opening here.
Mm-hmm.
Yahoo.com is also opening. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Both are opening.
Mm-hmm.
And I want that traffic go to firewall. As per the firewall rule, it should be open or not. So what
Mm.
I can do, I need to create the routing table. Still firewall is going, still traffic is going to internet. So I need to create the routing table. What you will create? Routing
Route.
table. So go to portal here and search here routing, this one, root table.
Oh,
Click
okay.
on root table and then create. Give the root table name. I am giving the location is East Asia
Mm-hmm.
and I am giving the name here my route table. Next, next, and create. Route table created, and within the route table, you need to create the route. So this is your route table, my route table. Open that and then create. Before that, I want to show you. If you go to virtual machine 1 and then to network settings,
Mm-hmm.
network interface, effective routes, you can see your current route. This is your current route, all the traffic going to internet by the second route, all the traffic going to internet by this route. So what I will do, I'll take the screenshot of this one.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so all the traffic is going through this route, second one. Now create a new route under the route table. So go to home, go to route table, open the route table, my route table, and create a new route here.
Mm-hmm.
Routes. Add, give the route name,
Mm-hmm.
internet block.
Okay.
Destination type should be IP address, and I want to add all IP. All IP come under 0.0.0/0.
Mm-hmm.
Then next hope, what I want that all the traffic go to the firewall, right? So next hope will be firewall private IP, firewall private IP. So here next hope should be virtual appliance. Firewall come under virtual appliance. So
Okay.
we'll select a virtual appliance, and here you need to give the firewall private IP. What is a firewall private IP? You can search here. You can check here firewall. This is your firewall, and this is the private IP, this one. So copy this private IP and give it here firewall private IP. So all the traffic after then going to firewall. Click add. But still I am connecting to VM and accessing the website
Um.
because still traffic is not going to firewall. You need to add the subnet. When you create the routing, when you create the routing table, this
Mhm.
route table you have to associate with your subnet where you have the VM. You need to associate with the subnet where you have the VM. Right. So my VM, if you look at the VM, my VM under the network VNet, TM VNet, and under the subnet is SNet Asia 1. You can check it now. SNet Asia 1. So go
Mhm.
to here. This is your route table. Then go to subnet, associate, select your network TM VNet, select your subnet SNet Asia 1.
Mhm.
Click OK. Once you associate your route table with the subnet, then after all your traffic going to firewall, all the traffic going to firewall. And in a couple of minutes, this VM will be disconnected automatically. Why? Because firewall block everything. So whenever the traffic going to firewall, firewall block that traffic, right? So if
Oh.
you go to once again, go to web server 1 networking, network interface,
Mhm.
effective route, check the route now. See here, associated table is my route table. And now route has been changed. You can see earlier, earlier this was the route, right? 0.0.0 going to internet, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
This one 0.0 going to internet and that is active.
Mhm.
But this time 0.0 going to, it is invalid. It is not working anymore. It is invalid. And new route is working. Under source, it is a user because I have created. That's why it's showing the source user. And
Mhm.
this route is active 0.0.0 going to virtual appliance. It means firewall, firewall private IP by this routing table route, correct?
Correct.
So all the traffic now going to firewall and firewall block everything. See, now it's disconnected because this is a firewall feature. Firewall by default block everything. So if I try to connect the VM again, I am not able to connect. What is the
Oh.
VM? VM public IP, copy that. I'm not able to connect because it is blocked. So if I am not able to connect, then hackers attacker also not able to connect.
Correct. Exactly.
So if I have the employer, sorry, I have the employee, I am
Mhm.
working as a administrator. So how I can connect this VM remotely? In that case, you need to create the NAT rule. So here you will define the NAT rule that is called DNAT.
Mhm.
In a DNAT rule, I will connect a firewall public IP and firewall public IP that will be firewall public IP will be convert or map to VM private IP. So firewall public IP will be mapped to VM private IP, convert to VM private IP. Correct? So
Yeah.
I'll try to connect this one, but it will be mapped or connect to VM, and
VM.
that is called netting. So you need
Mm,
to define the netting here. Go to the firewall, my test firewall, and also go to firewall policy. Here you can see firewall policy, this one. Click on firewall policy. Under the firewall policy, you have rule, DNet rule, network rule, application rule. DNet rule for the networking and network address translation. Network rule apply on a network like DNS, DHCP, and application rule for application layer like your web server, your HTTP, your HTTPS traffic like that. So go to the DNet rule and create one netting rule. Add rule collection. It's a VM RDP. I'm giving the name VM RDP and priority giving the 100 also. And the rule collection it will be default DNet. Give the name once again VM RDP. Source is IP address. Source should be a star. A star means from anywhere. That is a star. Protocol TCP. Destination port 3389. Why? Because RDP work on a port number 3389. RDP work on port number 3389.
okay.
Firewall IP. You need to define your firewall IP. What is a firewall? Public IP, not private. Firewall public IP. So go to the firewall.
Mm-hmm.
Here you have firewall public IP. Click on that and you can see this is your firewall public IP. Copy and you need to provide it here. Firewall public IP. And then translated address to VM private IP. Translated to VM private IP. So now you need to go to the VM and VM private IP is 172.16.0.4. That is a VM private IP. So you need to give it here VM private IP.
Hmm.
Then translated port is also 3389 and then you can add it.
From where you took that number, the last one?
3389.
Yeah. You told me
33
that is the
3389 is default for your this one 3389, right?
no at the
So it
last,
is,
all the last.
yeah, this one 3389 all the last, right? This one.
Okay, okay.
So this is the default port number for your RDP.
RTP. Okay.
This is default port number. Here it's not giving. Hmm. Click add. It will start creating the rule. It takes some time. We can wait.
Okay.
Still it is creating.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can see RDP net rule is created. After then I can connect the VM. You need to copy public IP address of firewall. This one, this is firewall public IP, and then you can take the RDP. Don't take RDP to VM. This is a VM public IP. Remove it. Give the firewall public IP and then try to connect. See, I'm connecting here. So basically firewall forward the traffic to VM, right? See, it's a web server 1.
Yeah.
Then click yes. And after then if you do the refresh, you can see you are not able to access yahoo.com, even you are not able to access the microsoft.com. Why? Because traffic going to firewall and firewall block that. Everything is blocked. So
Yeah.
if due to project requirement, my engineer need to access Yahoo or Microsoft.com, in that case, network team should create a rule under the firewall. So go to the firewall under that application rule, click add rule. Let's suppose I want to access Yahoo. So I'll giving here Yahoo and priority also 100. Here, say application type. Here Yahoo. Give the name once again.
Mhm.
Source will be a star. Protocol both HTTP, comma HTTPS so that it will open both. Then you have to give the FQDN. FQDN is like your fully qualified domain. So www.yahoo.com. If you want Microsoft, you need to give it here www.microsoft.com like that, and then click add. It will also take some time to create the this rule.
Mm. Now we are creating the application rules.
Yes, yes. It is going on. Okay, now it's created.
Mm-hmm.
After then go to VM and try to access yahoo.com.
It will.
See, it's opening. Right, but Microsoft is not opening. Why? Because I have not created any rule for Microsoft. If
Mm,
project need a Microsoft.com, I need to create the rule for Microsoft.com also here. So this is way firewall protect your network. Firewall protect or control all your incoming and outgoing traffic.